The Magic Peppers and the Island of Invention by Sian Pattenden. Read by Penny McDonald. Dr. Pumpkin's Totality Magic. Welcome once more to the magic world of Dr. Pumpkins. As I sit at my study chair with a small pot of tea and a basket of fresh pastries, there is just one word I'd like to mention. Style. Now that you have learned the basics of magic, you need to know how to augment your tricks with verve and panache. This is as necessary as your practical know-how. If you follow me through these colossal pages, dear reader, you will learn how to make every trick your own. The world is our oyster, and we are but hungry explorers on a mountain ledge of possibility. In all totality, Dr. Pumpkins. Chapter 1. The Sea Spray Theatre. Boomf! Esme and Monty Pepper were on the beach when they heard the first explosion. "What was that?" asked Monty, turning round. "It came from that tiny island just out to sea," replied Esme, who had been looking for fossils. "I wonder what could have caused it." Esme wrinkled her brow and stood up, facing the island, which looked like a palm tree pudding in a bowl of blue custard. Boomf! There was another bang, bigger this time and closer. "Oh dear," said Monty. "It's Potty," said Esme. "Come on, take your flippers off, Monty. We'd better go and check if he's all right." It was springtime, and the Pepper twins were spending the school break at the seaside with Potty, a professional and very tall magician with wispy, worm-like hair and one long eyebrow. Potty had done a good job of looking after Esme and Monty last summer. When they had arrived back from holiday, Mr. and Mrs. Pepper were impressed to hear how the twins had saved a local magic club and organised its new junior division. Now, Esme and Monty's hippie parents wanted to use the springtime school break to catch a quick glimpse of the sacred mountain of Terry in Goa and sing a hymn to the Indian goddess of soil, or something like that. So again they entrusted Potty to look after their children at the seaside while he put on his latest sea spray theatre show at the end of Crab Pie Pier. Had Mr. and Mrs. Pepper been given details about last summer's exploding toaster, flooded kitchen, spilt baked beans, damaged laptop, etc., then they might have thought twice about leaving their children with Potty again. But luckily for Esme and Potty, they weren't told anything of the sort. By the sound of explosion number 2, Potty was up to his old tricks again. The twins ran towards the theatre as fast as they could. Esme, dressed with practicality in mind for a spring break on the British coast, was wearing a yellow mac over a sweatshirt and navy blue straight-fit trousers. Her plimsolls had plenty of grip that helped her to run across the pebbly beach without slipping. Monty, on the other hand, had dressed this morning in a Victorian blue and white striped bathing suit, complete with rubber ring and flippers, and his usual black velvet cape. Having been on the beach for the last 2 hours, Monty had picked up plenty of seaweed, which hung from his rubber ring and made him look like a cross between a sea monster and a chandelier. The curling fronds of seaweed trailed behind him as they ran up the steps to the Sea Spray Theatre. The Sea Spray Theatre had been built on Crab Pie Pier in the 1930s. Throughout the decades it had played host to many top names: Pat Daniels, Timothy Cooper, Fay Presto. It was a great example of Art Deco architecture, featuring a curved facade, wooden panels around the front entrance, and magnificent geometric arches along the roof. Well, it would have been a great example if the exterior had not been crumbling away, decades of salty air biting into the smooth-rendered surface, destroying the varnish on the wooden panels and bleaching the once bright colours. The seagulls, which always sat in a line along the top of the building, had also added their own, rather sticky decoration over the years. The twins came running in through the main entrance, knocked over the spider plant by the main door, and rushed into the auditorium. "Potty! Potty!" called Monty. "Are you okay? We heard a loud noise." Potty stood alone on the dim, unlit stage. He was wrapped up in a huge fishing net, struggling to get out. Underneath,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?